Hello and welcome back to the channel. You joined me the Thursday before London Marathon. This is the final speed session along the Tarka Trail where I've been training for 18 weeks through rain, snow, ice, just about everything winter can throw at us. Stick around for my race guide and strategy, all the gear that I'm going to be taking with me, ready, hopefully, to smash London Marathon. Let's go. So it's the final speed session, 1 hour and 10 minutes, fartlek session, 10 times 1 minute at zone 4, so a near sprint, 2 minutes rest between each one, 20-minute cool down, warm up. So with that 2-minute rest between sets, I'll try and talk you through all the stuff that's going through my mind, ready for Sunday. But yeah, hour and 10 minutes today, 40 tomorrow, 20 on Saturday, and then it's the big one. Let's kick off talking about the gear that I'm going to be taking with me and racing in on Sunday morning. First up, the shoes, the Adidas Adios Pro 3. Tried them out a few times in the last couple of weeks, really enjoyed them. Sort of everything you want from a marathon carbon plated shoe. Lots of pop, lots of bounce, lightweight, comfortable, more stable than previous versions. Hoping they can do the trick. Socks, I'm going to go for these very lightweight, slim fitting Nike luminous yellow socks. I wore them for the Race of the Stones and they've been good companions for a while. Usually save them for race day now. I'm particularly training over the winter. They're not the coolest of socks, so I tend to go for thicker ones over the winter, but those are the ones I'll be racing in. And then moving up to the shorts, we've got the SOAR Marathon Shorts 2.0. These have been brilliant. Almost can't take them off at the moment, especially when I'm running. They're kind of becoming my go-to shorts. What's really good about these, they've got back pockets for gels, as well as sort of loops on the waistline for 4 more gels. So plenty of room and so lightweight and comfortable. Really good shorts. And then of course on top, Vegan Runner's vest. This is made by Scimitar, but I've worn this for all of my races so far. Again, lightweight, there's nothing much to it really, and best of all, a really well designed shirt, very visible, hopefully to the VR support crew and other vegans along the course for all those shout outs, which I'm very much looking forward to. You really do lift your spirits as you're running along there. Then on my wrist, we've got the Garmin Fenix 6X, which, in typical fashion, after years of zero issues, the wristband decided to break a couple of days ago, so got one on order, should be arriving today to make things a bit more comfortable. All right, first rep of the fartlek 1 minute, zone 4 near sprint, and then we'll resume the talk.
We stretch time, we stretch life, we stretch time, we stretch life.
All right, first one done. It's nice to stretch out the legs. I think it's good for a bit of pent up energy and anxiety as well, so get that out of the legs a bit today. Right, yes, so gear, Garmin Fenix 6X, new strap coming, and then finally glasses. These Roka sunglasses that have been sort of my go-to for running and racing in bright conditions. Okay, I'm not sure what the forecast is doing. I think it's cloudy, so actually may not need these. So I might leave those at home on the morning, but we'll see. So yeah, that's all the gear I'm taking. And I've got a minute's rest. And after the next rep, we'll move on to nutrition for the day and a couple of weeks what we've been doing to kind of get ready for the marathon, as well as all the gels and things I'll be taking on the day. Just quickly though, I've just seen that I've been running today in the Nova Blast 3. These are on 900 miles at the moment. They are falling apart a little bit, but these have been really trusty companions for this training block. Bought them in October last year and they've lasted all the way through until end of April now. I want to get to 1,000 miles in them. I think they'll go that distance, and then I'll do the full 1,000 mile review. First pair of shoes I've ever taken to 1,000 miles, and yeah, they've been good. But yeah, look out for that video. All right, 20 seconds and I need to get going. All right, second rep done. Oh yeah, one thing I was going to say about the gear, I'll be taking the GoPro with me as well to film. Rachel's going to be taking the 360 camera too, so she'll have her own London Marathon experience to video to look forward to as well. This should be coming out next week, the week after or so. Right, 1 minute to go. Let's start on nutrition. So the last couple of weeks we've been eating really well, very clean. Rachel was amazing at cooking up and coming up with these concoctions of lentils and dals and a whole host of loads of different vegetables and things, some that I've never even heard of, but all very super tasty. And yeah, that's been it really. I've upped this sort of beetroot content over the last couple of weeks just to get those nitrates in. I find they help. The science is pretty clear that eating beetroot does help too, so I'm going to carry on. That's worked for me in the past. So yeah, eating pretty clean, not too many treats, lots of vegetables, and yeah, very nutritious meals. 10 seconds, I better get on with the next rep and then we'll carry on with this. Whew, third rep done. Right, so race day nutrition. I tend to walk to the start line with kind of an endurance fuel kind of drink, something that's like the Maurten fuel drinks that I used for my ultras, just to kind of sip onto the start line. And then breakfast will be porridge topped with seeds, some fruit. I'll also take a banana with me to the start line just to kind of nibble on between when we set off. I think we'll set off at around about 8 and then start. There's a good couple of hours, so a bit of endurance fuel to stay hydrated, keep the glucose levels topped up, and just kind of stay ready really for whatever might come. And then out on the course I'll have 4 Maurten gels, so 4 regular Maurten gels and a couple of caffeine ones. They'll be on my waist in those marathon shorts by SOAR. Really good. I'll probably have one of those gels just before the race starts, and then approximately every 10k or so, 4 or 5 miles, I'll take on a gel. Now interestingly, throughout this block I haven't really been using gels that often when I'm training, so even on the long runs, upwards of 23, I think maybe 24 miles is the longest, I haven't taken out any hydration or any nutrition with me. I have practiced with the Maurten gels, I've used them before, so I'm not too worried. Okay, 3 seconds, let's go for the next rep. Through the tunnel this time. That was tough, into the wind, slightly uphill. And holding the stick as well sort of throws you off balance. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, gels. So 5 or 6 altogether I think I've got. And then in terms of hydration, I don't recall how many water stops there are. I think there are quite a few. Pretty much each water stop, particularly early on, grab the cup, grab the bottle, whatever it might be, and take on a few swigs of water. And there are a couple of Lucasade stations later on in the race. I'll probably grab those as well. But yeah, in terms of race nutrition leading up to, that's about it. fingers crossed, all will go well. Okay, time's just about coming up for the next rep, 5th rep, before we turn back, head towards Biddeford. And we'll talk about pacing and kind of race day strategy for what will hopefully be my 3rd marathon in under 3 hours. See if I can make it 3 of 3. Okay, next rep, see you after that. Okay, let's talk about pacing then. So my current marathon PB, 2:56, just under. I think it's 2:55:40 something. Obviously hoping for a PB, trying to go for under 2:50 or bang on 2:50. That's a 6 minute and 30 mile for the marathon. And my last marathon, Brighton, I started off slow and then actually did a negative split. So second half of the race was faster than the first half. I enjoyed doing it that way, it seemed to work. This time though, I'm going to try and go for even splits. So start off and then just try and get as close to that 6.5 minute mark as far as possible for each mile, and be within a few seconds hopefully of that target. And then, you know, so if the first mile I'm like 2 seconds over, just speed it up a touch for the next mile, bring it a few seconds under, and so on. That seemed to work for the sort of practice run that I did a couple of weeks ago. So fingers crossed that will work this time. Right, next rep, let's go. So there's no pacing groups for, so I'm going for a 2:50 time. Stops at like 3 hours. Thank you. Cheers, mate. So don't know how many people I'll be running with actually within the pacing group sort of thing, but I'm in yellow wave 1. I'll pick up the bib number on Saturday and I'll put that on the channel community page, so if you want to follow me you can track my number and my position and time as we go around the course. Whew, all right, so 7th rep done, and that's really about it on pacing. So just trying to keep it even, trying to keep in that 6.5 minute mile mark, and obviously the last sort of few miles or so, if there's anything left in the tank, just kind of empty it and go for it. And then really the sort of the next thing I'll be focusing on a day, apart from just staying alive and breathing, keeping that pace, is just enjoying the experience. Who knows if or when I'll ever get to run the London Marathon again, and to be able to sort of do it on the same day as my wife does her first marathon at London, I think it's just going to be really special. Add in meeting up with a load of vegan runners who are also doing the marathon after, you know, after we all finish, meeting up for a meal afterwards. I think it's just going to be a really special weekend. So all of that stuff, nutrition, gear, pacing, but also enjoy the moment. 50,000 runners, crowds lining the course the whole way around, running over Tower Bridge. I've wanted to do that for so long. That's made out of Devonshire granite all the way up from Dartmoor. Can't wait to get to that moment. And that's where the vegan runners are going to be supporting it as well. So awesome. Right, 8th rep. Let's go through the tunnel again. So that brings me on to the final thing that I'll be using on the day to help me around the course. And that is just a little mantra. So breathe, flow, relax. That's been my race mantra for a long time now. And it really seems to work, because it just reminds you to have good form. When you're feeling a bit anxious or hurting in the moment, just to kind of loosen up a little bit, don't get so tense, and it really kind of works. And then the last one, I'm going to add a word to it today, which is just enjoy it and just soak in the atmosphere, the crowds, the support. And yeah, it's kind of amazing, possibly once in a lifetime experience. Heading towards rep number 9, and then I'll probably wait till the cool down, get rep 10 out of the way, get a solid couple of efforts in, and then I'll chat to you during the cool down. So Rachel put out a good video earlier in the week, all of the lessons that she's learned from her first marathon and training for her first marathon. And just to kind of tie in with that, as a kind of final thing I'll talk about today on the cool down, one lesson that I've learned from this training block, and for some reason it's really hit home whilst training for the London Marathon, and that's to start embracing and enjoying the process. Now obviously when you're training for 16, 18 weeks for a marathon, it's a long old time. That's what, 12, 16, it's 4 and a bit months, nearly 5 months of prep, so getting on towards the best part of half a year to train and to get ready for that one event. And I have struggled in this training block, probably more than any others. It's been quite up and down. Part of that I think is just training through winter, running in the dark, the cold, the wet, the rain, running alone. And at some points in the training plan I found it really difficult, and I've probably skipped more sessions in this training block than I have done in the last 4 or 5. But something clicked about 2/3 of the way through. I think it was something I heard on the Rich Raw podcast, and that was to focus less on the goal, less on the event, less on the time, and more on each training session every day. Okay, what can I do to make that race day go that little bit better, that little bit easier? What can I do to enjoy this run in this moment right now, and just focus and embrace those days? So my next training block for an ultra, 10 weeks time, 36-hour event, 4 of us are doing, me and Rachel, Ryan and Claire, all vegan runners, down in Plymouth for the Hope 36. During that 10-week training block, I'm just going to be telling myself to focus and enjoy the process, enjoy each workout as much as you can. Now ultimately I want to be training and running the marathon as fast as I can. I really hope one day I'll be able to go 2:30 something, very close to 2:30, and that's my dream. And if you don't embrace the process, I'm finding it gets harder and harder to kind of achieve that goal. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on enjoying the running and not getting too bogged down in the training. So expect more races, just, you know, running for fun really, not racing but more events. I know there's a trail marathon coming up in June. I'd really like to give it a go, and then just more shorter races which I can just build into the training plan rather than sticking really rigidly to the plan and all the workouts. I can mix in some races and events too, just to keep things interesting and enjoyable, because I really do love being part of an event. But my last race was Run to the Stones last July, so it's been a while. So that's my one kind of takeaway at the moment. Obviously after the marathon, and I get the marathon video out, I'll do an analysis of the race and go through in detail how it went. And I'll talk a bit more about the training. But yeah, that's my takeaway. Enjoy the process, because who knows when you're going to get a chance to do it again and run like you are now. I have really been blessed with no kind of significant injuries in the last few years, and this training block too, so no excuses. Now if you've enjoyed this video or any of my other videos, thanks for sticking around, thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button, and if you're able to, I'd really appreciate you going to my Just Giving page, raising funds for an amazing charity called Outward Bound. They help kids get outdoors and experience beautiful places like where I'm running today. Obviously kids that come from underprivileged backgrounds, maybe live in cities and things and don't get a chance to come out and explore these amazing spaces. So if you're able to, click the link down below, and I'd appreciate whatever you can give. It's going to go to a great cause. All right, I've got to get home, pack my bags, get all the camera gear ready and everything else, And then tomorrow we're driving up to London. If you see me out on the course, come and say hello, give me a wave. But the next time I see you, we'll probably be on the London Marathon course. So once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support and your comments and everything else. It is really amazing how many people get in touch and reach out. So thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of days. Till the next one, be the best you.